Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to our second lesson of summer school. We are looking at something called characterization. I did share a slideshow with you guys, so if you would go ahead and pull that up, we can go ahead and look at it together. It's just titled Characterization. All right. So, what is characterization? Well, it is the process of conveying information about characters in fiction and these character traits, right? So what are these people like? We always we need to know their background and kind of their person so the story can proceed forward. So if you're looking at the first slide with words on it, so that's slide number 2, you'll see a little graphic with Stewie Griffin down there. And things that can apply to a character are their behavior, appearance, their age, gender, education, and vocation or their job. So all these things to play into what that character's person is like. Great. Moving on. So how are character traits presented? They are presented in pretty much one of 5 ways. So you have actions, other characters, thoughts, description, and dialogue. So this is saying how are these people's traits going to be presented in the story? Because sometimes they don't just come out and say, Johnny is a good guy. Doesn't work that way. Sometimes there's dialogue or the things that that person does is what's going to set up what that character trait is going to be. Very important. There's actually two types of characterization, and this is kind of trying to figure out what they are. So there's direct characterization and indirect characterization. So direct characterization, the writer makes a direct statement about the character's personality and tells you what the character is like. This is a descriptive thing the author will do. Mr. Kneisel has fantastic hair. That's a character trait. I just straight up out and told you. That's a direct characterization, saying something directly what that character is doing. Very simple. All right. Now the other one is indirect characterization, which might be a little bit more difficult to pick up on, but not too bad. So indirect characterization is when the writer reveals information about the character um, through personality, through characters' thoughts, words, their actions, how do they interact with other characters, uh, you know, what do other people say about that character. So if you're thinking about indirect characterizations, you're thinking about the actions that this person is doing. So for a direct characterization, straight descriptions. An indirect characterization, you have to look at actions. Okay, so there's two different things, and that's on slide number 4 of your presentation. If you'd like to, if you're following along. So let's just look at a quick example or two. Direct characterization. Gary is a nice, caring person. That's straight out telling you what it is. Or Gary can sometimes be very mean or rude. These are straight, direct things I'm telling you about this person's personality. Good? That's direct characterization. Now, let's try a couple examples of indirect characterization. Gary watched his little brother for 2 hours while their mother was ill, taking care of his every need. He did this without being asked, and he did not ask for anything in return. Now, it doesn't come out and tell you exactly what Gary's doing, but it does tell you that he is helpful. He cares about his mother, and he is doing it out of the goodness of his heart just because he is. So, if you're looking at our previous example, direct characterization, Gary is a nice and caring person. The indirect characterization is the exact same, but it's not just coming out and telling you, right? So another indirect characterization. The next thing I know, Gary was tearing up my rose garden, said Beatrice, his elderly grandmother, as she gave her statement to the police. She was badly shaken after the attack. Again, indirect characterization. You are being told about that person through their actions, not directly. Okay, great. So if you guys want to do this, if you go to slide number 6, I'd like you to do this. Um, there's a little reading. It says, "What kind of person is Liz?" So go ahead. You are going to read that, and then what I want you to do, I'll do it for you. So it says, "What kind of person is Liz?" Liz, my friend Liz is a true best friend. She always supports me in everything I want to do. When I want to go up north, she said it would be a great experience and it would help me develop my sense of adventure. Liz is not only a great supporter, she also trusts me to give her my honest opinion and say what I feel. When she was upset with her sister one time, she asked what I thought about it, and she said she should wait and then she would find out the real reason her sister was mad at her, and it happened that way. She knew she could trust me. Okay, so a little blurb, but it's telling you about Liz. So what I want you to do, and you can follow along, if you go to the next slide, slide 7, it's going to be highlighted in red. So it says, she supports me in everything I want to do. Okay. So that, if you guys are remembering, that is me telling you, or sorry, that is this person telling you about Liz, just straightforward. This would be a direct characterization. Okay. It's just blatantly coming out and telling you. Now, the next part, when I wanted to go up north, she said she thought it would be a great experience and it would help my develop my sense of adventure. That would be considered an indirect characterization because Liz is kind of being sorry to explain. But Liz is being there for her friend. She's saying, it'll help your sense of adventure. It'll be a great experience. So you could kind of assume that Liz is very outgoing and supportive, right? You go to that next paragraph. Liz is not only a great supporter, which again, that first line would be a direct characterization, but we already identified it in the first paragraph, so don't worry about it. But they do say she trusts me to give her my honest opinion and to say what I feel. Again, right there, direct characterization. When she was upset about her sister one time, she asked what I thought about it, and I said she should wait, and then she would find out the real reason her sister was mad at her. That part would be a indirect characterization. Beautiful. So pretty easy. Essentially, if it's telling you some type of just straight up, this is what it is, direct. If there's a little bit of a story behind it, if there's some more anecdotal evidence, that means you're going to be looking at indirect. Okay, so it's not too bad. I do think you guys will be fine with this. There is a little exit ticket that has to deal with direct and indirect characterization. I posted that already. You will not be able to do it if you do not watch the video. So make sure you're doing that. You have "thank you, ma'am" to read and a kind of a short worksheet to do with that as well. So until next time, see you guys later. Take care. Have fun.